Hello, darlings. Welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama updates. This is the second part of the September recap on Janick. Missed the first part? It's already available on the channel. Make sure to check it out before diving into this one. Now, let's get straight into the drama. On their way home, the air in the car was thick with tension and unspoken feelings. Anirudh glanced at Janick and asked softly, "Do you love me?" Janick's voice cut through the heavy silence. "It's not that simple. I feel grateful to you, yes, but love? No. I've always tried to keep balance between us." Anirudh's grip on the steering wheel tightened. Every word felt like a small cut to his heart. He thought of how deeply he had always loved her, every heartbeat, every moment. Yet each time she said she didn't love him, it shattered him into 1,000 pieces inside. At home, Shub and Tanuja confronted Janick. "Just because Arshie hasn't filed an FIR doesn't mean she won't take action," they warned. Janick's eyes stayed steady. "Do what you want. I will prove my innocence. And I will find Arshie's baby and bring her back." Later that day, Shub and Tanuja continued their push, instigating Arshie to take legal action against Janick. Just as the family settled, Anirudh walked in, demanding, "Who called the police?" Shock rippled through the room as police officers entered the house. Everyone began asking at once, demanding answers. Who had called them and why? The officers stood firm. "We are here to arrest Janick." Anirudh immediately stepped forward, his voice sharp. "On what grounds?" The reply came coldly. "A complaint has been filed against her." Before the confusion could settle, Arshie's voice cut through the chaos. "Yes, I filed it. Janick knows what happened to my baby. She stole my child." The room exploded, voices clashing, accusations flying. Tanuja and Shub rushed to Arshie's side, fueling her outrage, while Chotan, Lalan, and Anirudh rallied around Janick, refusing to let her be dragged away without proof. The family was torn apart in that moment, one half condemning Janick, the other shielding her. Every word spoken only deepened the divide. The police officers had to leave. The next day, the police returned, this time with a warrant for Janick's arrest. The entire family was stunned, unable to believe things had gone this far. Anirudh, Lalan, and Chotan tried desperately to stop the officers, insisting that Janick was innocent. But the police stood firm, reminding them that whether she was guilty or not, the case had already begun. Serious charges had been filed, and the investigation had to move forward. The moment weighed heavily on Anirudh. Turning to Janick, his voice broke with pain. He reminded her that he had once begged her not to take responsibility for Arshie's child, but she hadn't listened, and now she was suffering for it. Yet, even in his frustration, his love and resolve never wavered. With firm conviction, he promised that he would do everything in his power to prove her innocence, even if it meant risking his own life. The officers then led Janick away, leaving the household drowning in shock and sorrow. Later, clinging to hope, Lalan went with Anirudh, Chotan, and Miranalini to meet the commissioner of police. There, the four pleaded for his help, determined to fight the accusations and clear Janick's name before it was too late. Lalan explained to the commissioner how people were determined to trap Janick, and the most painful truth was that her own family members were involved. The commissioner assured him not to worry, reminding him that he had always stood by the truth. Relieved, they all thanked him. Elsewhere, Sarveshvar told Bapasha that until Janick returned, she would take full responsibility for his expenses. But Bapasha, burning with anger, lashed out, asking if he felt no shame, giving such conditions when she was his own daughter. At a distance, Mrinalini quietly watched them as Bapasha hands Sarveshvar some money, troubled and curious about what they were discussing. Meanwhile, Anirudh pleaded with Janick, his voice trembling with desperation. He begged her to leave the city with him, to escape all the pain and start anew. But Janick, her resolve unshaken, said she was not a criminal and would never run. In desperation, Anirudh broke down, confessing through tears that he loved her to the point of madness, begging her to come away with him. But Janick stood her ground, reminding him that to her, he was nothing more than her sister's husband and her ex-husband, breaking what is left of Anirudh's heart. Later at home, Mrinalini confided in Chotan about what she had witnessed. But Chotan, serious and concerned, advised her to stay away from Bipasha, warning that she was nothing but trouble. Tension erupted when Bipasha returned. In front of everyone, Lail openly questioned her about where she had been. Bipasha repeated her claim of going for an interview, but Lail accused her of lying, pressing her to name the company. His patience finally snapped as he declared that he could no longer live with her. He wanted a divorce, he said, and demanded that she leave the house, his words shocking everyone to silence. Later that evening, Bipasha paid Janick a visit at the police station, pretending to be all warm and friendly. But behind her sweet words lay a darker intent. She was only there to set her evil plans into motion. That's a wrap, fams. Thank you so much for your support, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know how we do it here on Z Star Africa. We keep it real. Much love always. Don't forget to check out the missed videos.